Okay, so I'm back a few minutes later. Even though the heat was pretty mild, I wanted to make sure it was died down before I moved on to the next one. I'm kind of in the mood to do a few videos here tonight. I'm not sure if this will get posted at the same time as the one before it, but it probably will. So, when my wife and son and I went downstate, I live in Michigan, by the way. So there's the Upper Peninsula and the Lower Peninsula. We live in the Upper Peninsula. For anybody who's not an expert on geography. In any case, we go downstate every Memorial Day weekend to her mother's parents' place and spend the weekend. So when we were there, her mom, who lives in Texas, actually, my mother-in-law, bought me a couple sauces from Texas, from a local company there, called Suckle Busters. This is the Chipotle sauce. It says, Texas-style sauces and seasonings, bustin' with flavor. Texas Heat is the line of sauces. So this one contains peppers, water, vinegar, salt, sugar, onion, garlic, chipotle, mustard, spices, and xanthan gum. Pretty straightforward. 115 milligrams of sodium in a teaspoon, which is fairly average for most hot sauces. It's around 100 to 150 milligrams. Some of them are way up there, like Frank's is like 250 or 300 in a teaspoon. There are some others that are fairly high up on that list, but usual will hover right around 150 milligrams. In any case, I just realized I said in any case twice in the last minute or so. I almost said it again too. I want to shake this up because there's a lot of stuff going on in this. I'll show you if you can see there's a lot. It looks like there's black pepper in it, but it's lots of textures going on inside there. It's got it's not totally watery. It's fairly thin, but with a good body to it. Definitely chipotle I can smell. The other seasonings. Almost smells like menthol almost. It's really weird. Or no, not menthol. Eucalyptus maybe? It's really strange. So, here we go. It's almost a creamy texture, even though it's fairly thin and almost not watery, but thinnish, we'll say. And ooh, felt a little warmth in my face. Heat kicked in after I swallowed it, and now coming up to we're approaching the upper end of the low heat spectrum. In my throat it feels a little bit warm, blossoming up into my mouth. It's basically an all-around kind of burn. Pretty good. There's, of course, the black pepper and the chipotle peppers combine for a different sensation. It's more thorough, shall we say, inside my mouth. Face is getting a little warm. Not really any sweat, but definitely got the chipotle flavor, but with garlic, mustard, and whatever other spices they use, it does have almost a eucalyptus type flavor lingering underneath there. Very aromatic. Not bad. Definitely would be good on any sort of Mexican wrap, tortilla wrap of some sort. Just splash some on, take a bite, splash it on. A lot of sauces that are about this consistency I like using for those kind of purposes. Call me cliche. I also like putting this kind of sauce on, mix it in with some cooked beans, like pintos or kidney beans and whatnot, and mix it in throughout and just munch on them. So yeah, Suckle Busters, it's not a fantastic sauce, but it's got a fairly decent low-level heat, approaching the upper end of that particular spectrum of heat. My whole tongue is got a fairly decent glow. My lips are humming just a tiny bit, little tiny bit of a tickly, stingy pinpoint burn in my middle of my throat here. Faint warmth down into this region and going towards my stomach. And it's peaked, and it's kind of gradually fading ever so slightly. Not all that noticeable, but it is noticeable just a pinch that it's gradually tapering downward again. So it's got a fairly good kick that blasts you right away, and then after that it holds steady for a little bit and then kind of gradually tapers off. That's not too bad of a sauce. I don't know what else I can say about this one. Fairly decent. It's got a more of a unique flavor. It's not extremely smoky like an adobo sauce, but it's definitely got the chipotle background, and the black pepper adds to the comprehensive sensation of the burn in your mouth. So it's not just like localized to back of the throat or localized to the top of the tongue or the roof of the mouth or whatever the case might be. So it's more complete as far as the burn sensation goes. And the blend of spices they use is pretty decent. It does have a eucalyptus type flavor. So I don't know how many people are into that sort of flavor in a hot sauce, but you might not taste that as well. It might just be my particular palate that senses that type of a flavor in the underside of this particular one. Suckle Busters Chipotle hot sauce. Not too bad at all. Not one of my favorites, but it's alright.